Welcome to week 2 of the Mastermind group. This week we will cover laws 3 and 4. I'm excited to continue this journey with you. Last week we covered the law of the lid and the law of influence. And again, these are in no order of importance, but the next two marry up with the first two rather well. Law number 3 is the law of process, which simply states leadership develops daily, not in a day. Leadership is like investing. It compounds. Now, people tend to overestimate the importance of events and underestimate the importance of process. And as we continue on this journey, I hope you're engaging in the process of learning the laws, not just attending a class on Wednesday night. The best illustration I can give you to demonstrate the difference is to look at cooking something in a microwave, which represents the event, or a crock pot, which is much slower, representing the process. I don't know about you, but I would much rather eat something my wife has prepared in a crock pot over something that is heated in a microwave. An event is easy. A process is hard. An event is a calendar date. A process is a culture issue. Events motivate, but process matures. Events encourage decisions, while the process encourages development. To break it down even simpler, events are what we know, while process is what we do. And again, I'm going to ask you to engage in this program. The more you put into it, the more you will get out of it. If I need to be inspired to take steps forward, then I'll attend an event. If I want to improve, then I engage in a process and stick with it. So, how do we live out the law of process? Well, John identifies 5 phases of leadership. Phase number 1 is, I don't know what I don't know. Phase number 2 says, I know what I need to know. We realize we need to learn how to lead. Being put in charge is not the same as being a leader. Phase number 3 is, I know what I don't know. What is my plan for growth? Phase number 4 is, I know and grow. When you recognize your lack of skill and begin the daily discipline of personal growth, exciting things start to happen. It starts to show. Begin today, and someday you will experience the law of process. And finally, phase number 5 is, I simply go because of what I know. Your ability to lead become almost automatic. Now let's look at your sheets. We are going to live the law. What is my plan for growth? And number 2 says, plan and reflect daily. Number 3, I encourage you to read. And number 4, what will I commit to daily? I use a program called Priority Matrix, but actually it's quite simple with a paper and pen. Just draw a plus sign on a piece of paper, dividing the paper into 4 quadrants. On the top left, write critical important. And on the top right, write down somewhat important. On the bottom left, you write not so important. And finally, on the bottom right, you write ideas. Each week, probably Sunday, write down what you must or want to do. Then simply work on the most important things on the list first and finish with the ideas, and you will complete everything you set out to accomplish. Now, how do you lead others to the law of process? On your sheet, they ask you to write down words or phrases that indicate an opportunity to teach this law. Just like I gave you the priority matrix, because people always say they cannot organize themselves, or they say they're doing the same thing over and over and they don't seem to accomplish anything. Well, how about the culture of your workplace, your home life, or your church? That's an opportunity to teach this law. about help people develop inside out? Be bigger on the inside than on the outside. The secret to our success is discovered in our daily agendas. It's been said if you want to know where someone's heart is, look at their calendar or their agenda book. Now, when we look at anyone who's successful, we're only seeing the end result of participating in the process of self-improvement, the law of process. Now, let's jump on to law number 4, the law of navigation, which says anyone can steer a ship, but it takes a leader to chart a course. Followers need leaders to effectively navigate for them. When someone's facing a life or death situation, the necessity for a leader is painfully obvious. Now, why is this law so important? Because the world changes quickly. Navigation requires preparation. Leroy Elms said, "A leader is one who sees more than others see, who sees farther than others see, and who sees before others do." Navigation requires a vision of the future. Proverbs says, "Without vision, people will perish." There will always be changes, but a navigator makes course correction. Navigation requires a reflection of the past. Make time to reflect daily. Look at your past experiences. I love to journal and write, but part of that journey means I must go back and reflect on what I was writing about. I often get clarity for the future by reading about the past. So how do we live out the law of navigation? Leading requires continual preparation. How about another acronym? Plan ahead. So the P equals predetermine a course of action, know where you want to go. The L equals lay out your goals. A, adjust your priorities. And N, notify key personnel. Tell friends or family. If you're at work, give them a pre-meeting agenda. Then the A equals allow time for acceptance. Be patient. Announce considerations. Introduce changes fully and summarize all ideas. The H, head into action. Execute a plan. The E, expect problems. A, always point to success. And finally, D, daily review your plan. Reflect on vision leaks, things that change and people that change. Navigation requires careful reflection of the past, which means don't learn the wrong lessons, but fail forward. I'm either up or getting up. And finally, keep your success in perspective. So how do we lead others? You must be prepared. You must know your craft. Listen when people say things like, "My people will do anything I say, but I have to tell them." Or, "I'm not even sure I know what I need to do next." Maybe they admit, "I'm in over my head," or "We keep hitting the same wall." As you can see, the law of process is about putting in the time to become a better leader. And in order to get you and your followers to the correct destination, you must carefully chart your course and make corrections or adjustments when problems arise, keeping in mind the final destination. I look so forward to meeting again on Wednesday night. And again, I ask you to prepare to engage in the process by sharing your experiences with the group. So, I'll see you at 6.